All right, everybody, we are back. We will be coming into another game soon. This time we have Donkeys Are Us versus a Team No Sleep. And
Yeah, and we just saw Team No Sleep win that first series, and Donkeys R Us was waiting in the wings for them. Donkeys R Us is the number 2 team in Open Division currently by points. Excuse me. Um, they have a lot of names you might recognize: Jin, Taliant, Soya Sarian, LZ Gamer, and Elheim. So we are going to see a great matchup, I think, between these two teams.
absolutely, I am definitely looking forward to this matchup. It's a lucky day when we get to see the number 2 team in the HGC Open play and potentially move on in this bracket. So the lobby is up. We're just waiting for that invite to come in, and then we'll be good to go. And I'm excited to see what map we're gonna play on.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how Donkeys R Us does, just because we've seen them in various forms over different teams over the years in both HGC Open and kind of the professional scene, as it were. I'm trying to think of the name of their team. I can't remember, but they've been around a while. LZ Gamer's been in esports probably as long as me, if not longer. Back in the Brood War days, but good to see him still playing heroes and still shooting for that HGC pro spot, and would love to see what they can do. And I think this will be actually a really good series. TNS, they look strong in that first one, and we'll see how this plays out though, because both of these teams have really solid players on each side.
Yeah, well, there are definitely very solid players on both sides, as we just saw on the side of Team No Sleep. Just despite having some, I'll say, kind of sketchy team fights, they definitely just played the superior game overall, and really just pushed the action on Team Anti Synergy right there. So, and still just waiting on the lobby invites to come out. I believe they should be coming soon. Not like last time, guys. I promise.
Yeah, should be good going forward now that we've got our path all squared away in the third or sixth HGC Open for this season. Man, I can't believe it's already been 6 weeks of this.
Yeah, and very, very soon they're going to be coming up on the tournament. So we'll get this out of the way. And we are finally into the lobby. They need just a second to square away some things. I probably should have used this opportunity to go get myself a drink, but I didn't.
It happens. But first game is going to be on Team of the Spider Queen Battleground. We see quite a bit in competitive heroes, so not a huge surprise to see it here. We're going to see how these drafts work out, though. I mean, you definitely see a lot more heroes that do well in close quarters with quick rotations. Gul'dan just sees a lot more value here. We'll have to see what they decide to go with, though. And this is, and we've seen this, I feel like, quite a bit in HGC Open, but Cho'Gall, this is a battleground that Cho'Gall is successful on. So we'll have to see if either of these teams decide to get a little cheeky, decide to go with that. But we go into draft for game number 1 between Donkeys R Us and Team No Sleep.
Yeah, and I'm just adjusting something real quick before I take us into the draft screen, and it's already fixed. We do see that Tassadar ban right out the gate. Nobody wants to deal with Tassadar these days, especially not on on a tiny map like this. He's just so annoying.
Yeah, Genji getting immediately banned out here by, I believe it was Donkey's RS on the left side, and this allows Garrosh to get through, and we're going to see our first Garrosh of the night of the games that we're casting. So I'm excited to see how he plays here and how successful he is in setting up kills, setting up team fights, and really just being a general nuisance on the battleground.
Yeah, like Garrosh is probably the most dangerous early game hero there is. Because if you think you're gonna get a shot to push an early tower, you're gonna go for a ride. He's gonna throw you, and it's not gonna end well for you.
Yeah, it will not end well, and this actually seems to have thrown Donkey's RS at least for a little bit of a loop, because they're looking to really think about these first 2 picks as they get under 10 seconds left. We're going to see some specialists picked up here, but no, not yet. We are going to see Leoric, Greymane. I'm a little surprised by the high priority of Leoric here. He is strong on this battleground just because he's able to rotate really quickly between the lanes and also provides that really solid wave clear.
Mm-hmm. And Leoric is immediately going to dissuade any kind of maybe Cho'Gall shenanigans or, which I really don't expect out of Donkey's RS, or any, makes you really think hard about going double tank in this situation.
It makes you think really hard about going double tank and which double tank which tank you're going to pick up for that second slot, because Leoric with that W really is a nuisance to warriors. And I think actually now that I'm starting to think about this out loud, is the Drain Hope on Garrosh, he doesn't have a good escape for that.
No, that's
at all.
No. He can only go towards somebody. Well, you can kind of throw Leoric if he's not middle distancing you away, or maybe cue him in, but other than that, it's kind of hard for Garrosh to get away.
It's kind of wonky the way he has to interrupt the Drain Hope. Either just eat it and get a little bit of bonus armor, or get wonky, like use his Q, pull him in, and then toss him away or something like that. And it does look like Donkey's RS is concerned about that double warrior. They are floating over or hovering over the Dahaka ban, which he's just strong on any battleground. We've talked about before. Yes, he's stronger on larger battlegrounds, but he's still really good here.
Yeah, and we see that ban come out immediately. And if your team no sleep, I was gonna say, who do you ban? You ban the mouth. Okay. And that would actually be a terrifying amount of control for that Greymane and Leoric. We see the Lucio.
Yeah, you can't see me on stream, but I immediately turned my head, very intrigued by this pick. Lucio. Maybe this is to use speed boost to really close the gap on Garrosh and secure some early kills. I worry about Lucio's healing. It's been a problem since his initial changes, and he's really, I feel like, seeing just not a whole lot of play unless they're going to go double support here, we could.
I would imagine they are. They're probably going to go double support, double tank. They're trying to figure out what other tank they probably need at this point, or because I don't see this being a solo tank Leoric. He's good.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, there we go.
The ETC.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about Team No Sleep picking up your second support, if that is going to be what you're going to go with. So, because Rhaegar should be able to solo support this team pretty well. But what do they pick up? They need probably another damage dealer, and we're theorizing they're picking up a second warrior here, and maybe Johanna?
I'm going to say Zul Johanna.
Zul Johanna would actually be really solid in this position. Even though this is a really great battleground for Zul, I feel like he's fallen off quite a bit in the meta. We are going to see a Nubrak get picked up.
That's
And
And
Medivh.
all right. I already like this. This is great.
Yeah, Nubrak provides some really good peel for Garrosh and Medivh. Medivh as well. Oh, you're train hoping me? Well, I'm just going to walk through this portal and see you later.
So really, if your donkeys are us, how do you respond? Who do you pick last?
Oh man, I worry if you don't pick up a DPS here, you don't have enough damage to really pick up any of these heroes on the side of Team No Sleep. Besides Garrosh, they all have really strong escape mechanics, and you don't have a whole lot of rooting right now. Yeah, you catch someone in the queue or on HGC, but is that enough to get a kill with Greymane? And I'm worried here.
And we see the Nazebo for the final pick, and there you go. That is that's an awful lot of control. Post 10 especially. It's an easy zombie wall. After you follow that up after an entomb. So this Nubrak's really gonna have his work cut out from, I don't know who the good cocoon target here would be.
Yeah, maybe Greymane, just eliminate that damage, or even Lucio, that really limits the disengage potential for Donkey's RS. And I'm worried though. I always worry about a Nazebo pick being too all in to late game, because that's when Nazebo really truly comes online and just destroys people.
Right, but they also have a few pretty squishy characters in Lunara and Rhaegar and Medivh, and those are prime spider targets, if you ask me. And Garrosh as well, with his lack of mobility, would be prime spider food. So, but we're going into game one on Tomb of the Spider Queen. So let's go ahead and introduce these teams.
Yeah, on the left side, in the blue, we are going to have Donkeys RS Elhaim playing Lucio Soryasarian. On that Nazebo Slice Blade playing Greymane. ETC played by Jin, and Leoric played by LZ Gamer.
And on the side of Team No Sleep, we've got Formalhot on the Nubrak, and on the Garrosh. It looks like Loyal X Knight is on the Lunara, Nirvana on the Medivh, and Desenga on the Rhaegar. And we see both teams make a beeline for that mid lane. Let's see what's going to go down. ETC does get thrown back. What a bad spot for Jin, but does manage to power slide out in time. Losing about half his life in the process, though. So, I mean, I call that a favorable trade.
Yeah, you get a little bit of health, and you get to see how aggressive people want to be. Ooh, LZ Gamer in trouble. Going to squeak a walk away. Is it going to be enough? No, the Q. Oh, okay, I called it a little too early. Yeah, he had a sliver of life. He is actually going to get taken down. A big dive in onto Jin, but just not enough to get the secure the kill on ETC. He's going to have to go back and tap, and people are going to start spraying out into their appropriate lanes. There's a big rotation up top. Hayun getting rotated on, does get the bubble from Medivh, and we'll be able to walk away.
We're going to look at this bottom lane real quick with Greymane and Leoric pushing this lane out very hard. Just two great sets of wave clear, but we're going to go back to the top as we see Garrosh throw Elhaim back. The Lucio tries to boop his way out of the situation, but does not happen in time. He goes down. Team No Sleep really looking strong right now on the back of this Garrosh play. He just runs up and throws a Greymane. Get over here. It's not Mortal Kombat. Slice Blade in a lot of trouble.
That was a pretty sick dodge, though, you have to say. Oh, Medivh was really thinking about going for that kill. But yeah, Slice Blade just dodged. He knew the Q was coming, went to the left of it a little bit, and was able to walk back and survived that engagement where it looked pretty grim to
Yeah.
start things off.
It was pretty bad, and this whole time, like this, Anubarak has just been pretty much left unmolested in the bottom lane, just doing his thing. And this is why I said that Garrosh is probably one of the strongest early game heroes. If he gets his hands on you, you're going over a wall, or you're going into four enemies, and that's never a favorable situation.
Yeah, it's bad times. The combo with the Q and the throw are just absolutely terrifying, and we do see them pushing this middle lane quite a bit. And Jin's in a lot of trouble actually in the top lane, getting just poked at constantly by Lunar. Nearly takes out half his HP. Does have to tap, and we are going to see them try to turn in their gems. Looks like they're going to get a good bunch in and have 26 still on hand.
Yeah, Formalhot still doing an admirable job of defending this bottom lane against 2. It's a losing battle, however, and he just really needs to be careful. He's carrying 12 gems, and you'd hate to see them lose that. We see a gank onto Jin right now. He's got to be careful, but he manages to get out of the range of Garrosh's Q right there. Good heads-up play, saving that power slide just in case he got pulled back.
Yeah, and in the bottom lane, we have quite a bit of action going on as Medivh and Anubarak are going up against Leoric and Greymane, and both teams trading pretty evenly for the most part, although the lane is starting to get pushed out by Donkeys R Us. And that, that Drain Hope on Anubarak really prompts him to move away. And the Gillian Cocktail puts Medivh really low. Going to have to hearth back, and top lane looks like a little bit of action going on. It appears they turn in. They're only 8 gems away from getting the first Web Weaver phase of this match. LAM taking quite a bit of poison damage, dodges the Q from Garrosh, so going to be okay.
Yeah, he barely dodged that Q. That was really close. And hey, Team No Sleep grabs the first turn in of the game. Very well played out of them. They're just playing the aggression so well. LZ Gamer, we see Wraith walking out of the bottom as Team No Sleep comes in to stuff this siege camp. And now, how do they capitalize on this Web Weaver phase?
It looks like they're going to put a lot of pressure into this bottom lane that they just did clean up. Although, okay, it looks like they're just going to let that be and go into the middle lane as they go on to LM. LM in quite a bit of trouble, able to speed boost away and survive. I think he got hit by the Web Weaver wave blast thing.
Yes.
I don't know what you call it, but that thing does quite a bit of damage. But we do see them continue to pressure with 2 in the middle. 1 on the bottom of Anubarak, and we do see the top lane Hayon trying to get on the Jin, but not quite enough. And these Web Weavers just about to be cleaned up. Not a huge amount of damage done by them, but pressuring each lane pretty effectively.
Yeah, and now it's on Team No Sleep to keep the pressure up and prevent Donkeys R Us from turning in. So hopefully they will play it as well as they have been, and just toss on the Jin right there, and Lunara's there to back up Garrosh. The body blocks coming in pretty handy, but Jin
Forcing the power slide.
Yeah, saving that power slide. Very smart out of him. And now we've got a gank onto 3, and Garrosh tried to throw another one, but does land the Q. And here comes the cavalry on the side of Team No Sleep. Let's take a quick look at the talents. So we do see Master's Touch, obviously, taken by this Medivh at 7. Only 3 stacks so far, so still a ways to go. LZ Gamer gets the Drain Hope onto the Anubarak. And really, this is just a whole lot of poke. LZ Gamer just obsessed with that Anubarak just now. And
yeah, he is going to spooky walk away. Yeah, and wow. He is going to cough up a bunch of gems and get killed there. And I don't think anyone's going to be able to pick it up. Or Greymane trying to, but yeah, they are going to expire. I was going to say if he had survived, it would have been because of that level 7 talent Lingering Apparition, which has Wraithwalk duration increased by 80%, but did survive. Wasn't enough for him there. As level 10 comes online for Team No Sleep, we are going to see that Warlord's Challenge coming out from Garrosh, taunting in an area, and Leaping Strike for Lunar, Ancestral Leyline Seal for Medivh, and of course Cocoon for Nubrak. Not a huge surprise. Does look like Donkeys R Us trying to get their first turn in, trying to get some web readers for themselves. They got 34 gems in. They only need 16 more. Check my caster math on that. I think it's right.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. But on the side, we do see Team No Sleep. They do have enough for a turn in. Oh, and we got an engagement here on the bottom. Yorick Spooky walks on out of there, but they did manage to grab that siege camp on the bottom.
Yeah, but this is that level 10 you were talking about, where Nazeebo is able to do quite a bit more with the Gargantuan, and we're going to see them try to turn in. Soyuzarian backing off quickly when he sees the rotation coming. Jin is in quite a bit of trouble trying to peel for the rest of his team, realizes it's all for naught, and the sound barrier just comes out way too late. It's one of those heroics that you can't use reactively like that. You have to use it proactively before an engagement begins. It just does not work to prevent stuff like that from happening.
Yeah, and Team No Sleep is performing very well despite Team or Donkeys R Us getting their own turn in. I'm mightily impressed with how they're performing right now.
Yeah, Donkeys R Us, they're going to be looking for a big team fight engagement. Try to get the combo of that Mosh Pit and Gargantuan just so that they can just absolutely destroy someone. Obviously, Entomb as well to isolate target as needed. They have surprisingly, they have 0 kills on this game so far.
Yeah, and Jin tries to go into that power side. Garrosh gets zombie walled behind his gate, kind of trapped between a weird place right there, but not a whole lot of value out of that mid web weaver phase. This top web weaver definitely going to get a lot more value. This is a little more dicey for Team No Sleep to engage into, as Jin definitely does have that power slide combo ready to go, and this cocktail just doing so much work on the side of Team or Donkeys R Us.
Yeah, and we did see actually the completion of Incendiary Elixir at level 7 for Slice Blade, able to just use that Gilnean cocktail so much more.
Ooh,
they're going to rotate down onto the bottom here, and it looks like I'm not sure about the use of 2 heroics there, and they might not even get the kill as there's a 5-man leyline seal.
Oh my, this is just disastrous for Donkeys R Us right now. We see the Leaping Strike come out onto the Zero right there. He's immediately down. Ancestral goes off under the Nubrak, and Donkeys R Us has to get out, and they have to get out now, but the portals are just not letting them get out. Jin power slides out, the Q misses, but the dive from the Nubrak goes in deep. Jin gets thrown backwards. He's definitely down at this point, and that was just, oh, God, if that doesn't end up on Twitch or something, that's a highlight reel play right there. That was the dream out of Nirvana, my God.
That was just disgusting. A 5-man leyline seal, it gives you you're able to set up the perfect engagement after that. And they got, I'm surprised they only got 2 out of it, but that was a very good 2, because the Anubarak was looking to be in trouble. And the rotations just came right on time, and Nirvana lined him up, as we would say. And that was, geez Louise.
Just punished that single man mosh pit out of the ETC right there, and Nirvana utilizing those portals to maximum trollness right there. Jin's got to be careful. He's about to get pulled back if he's not careful, and that's the last thing you really want. And Team No Sleep is definitely maximizing their this web weaver phase. They get in mid fort. Jin goes down or goes back in the middle. Takes an awful
They're trying to
hit.
engage on this. There's no way for Jin to be able to use Mosh Pit. It's still down on cooldown after using it in that bottom lane to try to get a new rack, but they're going to lose their fort off of this, and they they really can't counter engage on this. There's just too much damage coming out from Team No Sleep currently. They got a little bit more value out of that. They got 2 of the forts
They're gonna try
on the side of DRC.
They're gonna try
DRU.
for another turn in, and they have enough gems to do it. LZ Gamer.
This is way too late of a rotation here. They're gonna be able to get it.
Yeah, and LZ Gamer might be in trouble right now. He does take some poke out of the Lunara as we see Greymane take the Knight's Camp, but we also see Rhaegar.
I love this rotation though by Team No Sleep. They know that someone's at that night camp, so they fully rotate up to the top. This requires the rest of Doggies RS to back off of that lane completely.
Yeah, that was just really heads up play right there. Just shoved everybody back. They've got to respond to this bottom first. This bottom's in a whole lot of trouble if they don't respond to this pressure. And Jin in the mid lane is got to be very, very careful as this Lunara is just pretty much ready to go at him on a moment's notice. Oh,
yeah.
We're seeing
look at this rotation though. Coming into this bottom lane, this is going to be disastrous for Doggies RS. LA might be able to get himself out, but he gets Cocoon. They're going to be turning on him next as they kill Greymane, and I don't think Lucio is going to be able to dash away.
No, he managed to miss, but the sound barrier does come out. He wanted nothing to do with that 4-man rotation right there, and Jin might be in a little bit of trouble. Eliam coming in, Medivh throwing out the arcane rifts just now, as Team No Sleep manages to get that bottom fort, and they are up 2 levels at this point. And it's small 2 levels, but it's 2 levels or 2 levels.
It's 2 levels. It's a talent for about a 10-second window here. They're not going to push that too much. Oh, geez, Loyal X Knight just continuing to poke and irritate Donkeys RS, and they're going to start clearing out lanes. And we do see Rhaegar now just taking on this Night Camp as we see our level 16s come online for Donkeys RS. Rejuvenesca from the Lucio. Definitely the go-to talent for that tier. Not a huge surprise. And we're just seeing Medivh is got his eye on Donkeys RS. You can't do boss without me knowing, is what he's telling them.
Pretty much, and that's all. Ooh, Jin gets pulled back by the Q right there, and Nirvana jumping out, throwing the arcane rifts to get that extra damage. And he's just getting such incredible value right now out of this. I am thoroughly impressed by Team No Sleep right now.
Yeah, they're looking really strong right now. They're going to be going into this next web weaver phase with a lot of push potential. They just need to start gathering gems if they want to get another phase going for them. They have a little over 30 more to go, but
Nirvana just being the biggest. And we see a throw onto Eliam right there. He gets taunted, and Eliam's got another dream on his hands, and Lucio goes down. Jin goes down. Slice play is in a lot of trouble. Greymane's going to go down as well. LZ Gamer in an awful lot of trouble. He throws a disengaging and tune out, but this leaves Soy Yosarian to utilize his ice block. It's not going to help, but they do get the Rhaegar.
Yeah, they get the Rhaegar, but what really started that whole engagement was they completely interrupted the mosh pit from the ETC, and now that's another big cooldown for that. That mosh pit has gotten 0 value this game.
Their mosh pit led to a 5-man leyline seal. And that's just heartbreaking right there. And beautiful work to Team No Sleep right here. They capitalize on that team fight right there, and they seize the mid lane keep now. So this is just brilliant positioning for them right now. They're almost to Storm talents. They've got a full-on 2-level lead at this point, and they're not letting up on the pressure.
They're almost to Storm talents. They're almost to having enough gems to get another Web Weaver phase, which they can really use to potentially close out the game in the mid lane because of that keep going down. or they could go for boss and end it through that, and we'll have to see how they decide. But this is what you like when you're ahead. You have all these options to end the game. You get to decide how this game ends and force your opponent into responding appropriately. As the storm counts do come online, we get the improved Warlord's Challenge from Garrosh.
We have Rewind out of the Anubarak, so I love that pick from the Anubarak. They see the opportunity they have for lockdown. Jin going for a ride right now is in a really bad spot. The burrow charge in from the Anubarak, the double Lucan strike from Lunara, and that just absolutely shreds the ETC.
This is really bad for Donkeys RS. They're going to go up to this top lane and get another keep out of this. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to keep them from getting a keep out of this phase.
Ooh, a two-man pull gets taunted. The power of two rib cages from Lunara coming into play right now. They get Greymane out of the cocoon, but he gets pulled back. The sound barrier from Lucio coming out, and the Team Nosleep goes back to focusing on these keep towers. And really, there's not a whole lot they can do to stop this push. If anybody gets any closer, Garrosh is just going to pull them back in.
Yeah, and that's going to potentially end the game, but they have even more problems to worry about now, as middle lane does have a half health Webweaver just pushing onto the core right now, and they do have to deal with that as they do lose that top keep in the meantime. And we do see Team No Sleep backing off, respecting that this is a 5v5 right now and not wanting to force that engagement. And I'm curious, they're kind of posturing to either bait a boss or go for they're baiting it. They're completely baiting this.
Yeah, and I feel like this is just going to be absolutely disastrous for Donkeys R Us.
He needs to power slide in and pray for a decent mosh.
Yeah, he power slides out right now, and the sound boost.
Oh no!
Oh, Jin is in a world hurt right now. Gets taunted up. He is gone. The zombie wall on the Nubarak misses. Burrow charge onto two. Nazebo is in a world of hurt right now. The Gargantuan does come out. Another taunt from the Garrosh. Another sound barrier. Leyline seal onto the Greymane. He gets thrown, just pinballed everywhere. The Ancestral healing onto the Lunara saves her life.
Team should be able to end this game. There's 3 down on the side of Donkeys RS, and the number 2 HGC team getting challenged here by Team No Sleep. So I'm really excited to see how game number 2 ends up. This looks like just a mastery of showing how to use Garrosh at a high level of play.
Yeah, that was just absolutely amazing play coming out of Team No Sleep right there. I'm stunned. You don't expect a team like Donkeys R Us to run into that kind of trouble this early on in the bracket.
Donkeys R Us had 1 kill that game.
Who is the feeder? Oh, it's the Rhaegar.
Rhaegar got caught out, I think, once, and yeah, but they couldn't capitalize on it.
He died to poison damage or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I'm a fan.
There were 2 leyline seals that just created these crazy good engagements for Team No Sleep, and I have a feeling Medivh might be on the ban radar for Donkeys RS in game number 2, and I would not blame them for banning that. But I mean, who do you prioritize higher in the bans? Do you prioritize the Medivh or the Garrosh?
I would prioritize the Garrosh. Personally, like, Garrosh set up so many kills just by throwing people backwards into Team No Sleep, and it was filthy. It was filthy play out of that Garrosh. The Medivh, the play of the game was definitely the 5-man leyline seal. Like, that kind of just set the tone for the rest of the game. Like, if you go, where did Donkeys R Us lose control of that game? It was that play right there. I mean, they only lost 2, but like, things just kind of slowly slipped out of their grasp from there on. But we'll definitely see how Team Team No Sleep will can either continue on, or we'll see how or how we'll see how Donkeys R Us can bounce back. So we're waiting for game 2 to kick in here real shortly. So we're gonna kick it to some music here, and we'll be right back. Nope, that's not the button. That's the button. All right, we are back with game number 2 between Team No Sleep and Donkeys R Us. And Donkeys R Us dropping that first game in surprising fashion. You really don't expect such a solid amateur team like Donkeys R Us to drop a set like that. Team No Sleep definitely caught them off guard with how solid they were playing.
Yeah, I think it's not that they dropped the game, that it's concerning. It's how hard they got kind of crushed in that game. I mean, they just were out rotated the entire time. They didn't secure kills that looked like guaranteed kills, which was just mind-boggling to me. And we keep going back to that 5-man leyline seal, but it's just that really surprised me because they blew both Entomb and Mosh Pit on the Anubrak and just could not secure that kill.
No, and that really should have been a done deal right there. You would expect, that solo Mosh with the Greymane and I forgot who else was in tow to play out the way they did.
Cursed Hollow.
But here we go. Game 2 between Donkeys R Us and Team No Sleep. We have switched sides. So Team No Sleep will be on the left and Donkeys R Us are on the right. The instant ban, Abathur ban, out of Donkeys R Us, followed by the instant Garrosh ban. Team No Sleep.
Yeah. Team No Sleep figures they can't play it. They're not going to let them play it.
Yeah. And that's really smart because you saw the havoc Garrosh wrecked that last game on Donkeys R Us. So we'll see how Team No Sleep fares against a team of Donkeys R Us's caliber without the power of Garrosh behind him. So we're waiting on the first pick out of Donkeys R Us. If you're Donkeys R Us, who do you prioritize? And it's the ETC.
Huh.
That's an interesting
And
first pick.
it's an interesting prioritization. ETC is good in this meta currently, but I feel like there's tons of other heroes that should have been prioritized over ETC. I mean,
Mhm.
ETC did not do well for them that last game. Unfortunately, just did not work out, and
The Medivh gave
I'm
him
confused by
fits.
this. I'm just confused by this pick, to be quite honest. And I mean, what are the other priorities? Genji, Anubarak, Ariel, Vala. I mean, it's just an interesting pick, coming from what we saw last game and how the meta is kind of shaped up recently.
Yeah, but we'll continue on. We're Team No Sleep definitely thinking about this next pick. We see the Genji and the Rhaegar, and these are just two filthy picks together. Like
That's so dirty.
game two
Why would-
of the
I
last
can't-
series, like they utilized the Genji to great effectiveness. So they
I'm-
definitely have a pro Genji on their team.
They do. I just can't believe you would give up Genji to a team like that for an
Now-
ETC. It just it
They may have a
I don't
plan.
know.
They may have a
I'm
plan.
sure they do. I'm sure they do, and I'm excited to see what they do decide to draft these next two, especially.
Yeah, this will definitely be interesting to see what the next two picks are going to be coming out of.
Donkeys are us.
Yeah, Donkeys Are Us, and I don't know what you pick at this point. Like maybe a global, maybe a Falstad here. Falstad, great control. We see a Gray main, nice solid pick, would be very valuable on the Moshes. And the Anubarak. I like this. This calms me down a little bit. But now you're this almost forces Donkeys Are Us into a Tassadar ban. A
Yeah,
Tassadar
yeah.
or a Li Ming ban.
Yeah, you want to restrict those combos. It's going to be Uther, so I like this as well. Greymane plus Divine Shield is Sad Pandas.
And there's a Dahaka ban.
Dahaka ban. That's good on Cursed Hollow. You want to limit the globals for your opponent in Dahaka, one of the best globals currently in this meta.
Still leaves Arthas on the board. Arthas really strong here. Great control around those objectives. I'm feeling like we're going to see a Arthas Tassadar here. And then they'll follow it up with some kind of DPS at the end.
Yeah, I could see that. Definitely Arthas with a Tassadar, I think, is a pretty respectable tank, more so than without the Tassadar. We could also see potentially a Zarya, I feel like, as well, providing those shields. And then
You're right.
get in another DPS there instead of the TAS. But TAS Zarya, probably going to be one of the picks here. Oh, it is going to be Tyrael Falstad.
Oh.
So wanting to go with the globals. Tyrael taking away that kind of combo that we've seen in the past of Tyrael Greymane. Wouldn't have been the way they were going because Double Take already picked up on the side Donkeys Are Us. But yeah, is it going to be a solo Tyrael though?
No,
Is
there's
my
no,
question.
No, there's no way. They've got enough damage between Falstad and Genji. So if I'm looking at one more tank, and Donkeys R Us can't take it, so I'm taking Arthas at the end.
Oh, this is my jam.
They're going with the Lucio again, and the Li Ming. So I think they got the Illidan.
Wow.
This is an all-in if I've ever seen one. Wow.
With no shielding on their side, I am surprised that they pick up both Genji and Illidan.
Well,
Two fragile, really divey heroes.
they have the Sanctification. They have the Ancestral. If they this is all on the Tyrael and the Rhaegar to keep this Illidan alive. Falstead to a lesser extent, but if they can, oh, I'm already imagining the Holy Ground combos coming out. Like this could get
This
this
is
could
going to be
go
a fun
really
match.
good, or this could go really bad. Like there's no middle ground. We're not going to come away from this game going,
Oh, that was a really close
"Oh,
match.
yeah, no, this is going to be this is going to be a stomp, or they're going to get crushed." So here we go, game 2 between Donkeys R Us and Team No Sleep. So
And on the left side, Team No Sleep being played, Illidan being played by Hayun, Loyox Knight on Falsehead, Formahout on the Tyrael, Dehingza on Rhaegar, and Nirvana playing Genji.
and on the side of Donkeys R Us, Soyo Sarian is on the Li Ming. LZ Gamer on that ETC. You got Jin on the Anubrak and Allium on the Lucio, and Slice Blade repeating his endeavors on the Greymane.
Yeah, that was one of the takeaways that Donkey Stars could have from that last game was Slice Blade did quite a bit of work on the Greymane, was getting a lot of damage in, just weren't able to secure the kills. But we do see the bottom lane here. They're going to try to get a tower to start things off, but the rotation is coming. Oh, ETC doing a really great job. LZ Gamer playing the ETC this game, doing a great job of just keeping them off of here, but he's going to pay for his life. A tower. Oh, not even a tower. This tower has like 6 HP on it. I clicked on it. It has 6 HP.
Yeah, Allium trying to get cute right there on the Lucio and try to come up and try to poke it, sneeze
Just
on
go
it.
poke it.
But it, like between the Rhaegar right there and the Falstad, it's too much. It's too dangerous at this point. So you can't really do anything. That was just a great job out of the ETC trying to body block that, but it just did not work out in the end. And Soyosarian, honestly, taking a surprising amount of damage from this Tyrael.
Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised that they went so aggressively into the bottom lane, and it just didn't work. I kind of liked the idea, but just the execution, unfortunately, wasn't quite what they needed it to be. Illidan a little bit out of position here. Could get dove on by the Anubrak in the top lane if he's not careful.
And he's
We
not.
could see.
He's not
He
gonna
is
be
going.
careful.
He's going to go forward. Use the Q to go towards where Anubrak is, and that's just enough space for him to walk back.
Ooh, Slice Blade going in on. Ooh, the false side. He almost goes down. One cocktail might be enough damage. Let's see. Oh, he finally gets that bottom tower, but here comes the Genji trying to get that kill onto the Greymane. Just misses. And we see Nubrak decide, hey, I want this vision. This is mine now. And Illidan has some words about that.
Yeah, does force him back out, and the Tyrael once again just pushing damage on the new rack, and they're going to be able to get this vision. They're going to be able to get this siege camp as well up in the top, and we'll have to see though. This is a very squishy comp coming out from Team No Sleep.
We do see those camps get taken on the sides of both teams.
Both sides, yeah.
Prepping for that first tribute to spawn here very soon. Next few seconds, more than likely. Ooh, Jin was in a lot of trouble right there. He's going to have to tap the well, and that's an important resource for this upcoming tribute fight that's not there for him now.
Yeah, that would have been available for him to tap and come back into this engagement, but this is just going to be a very... actually, it's going to be looking like they're able to engage onto this. And no, they actually push a new rack back. He uses his burrow charge to get out. And Hayon is really close to being able to get this. Is he able to get the confirmation? No. Just barely in time. LZ Gamer able to interrupt. And Illidan just harassing the back line.
Yeah, Illidan has to run out, though, getting really low. Rhaegar with the heal right there. Hayon just keeps getting pinballed around, but we see the rotation in from the fall set right now. This should be enough to secure it. Elium trying to go in, does get the boop off to interrupt the channel, but I don't think they have much gas left in the tank right here. They've got to back off. The Greymane still is up top, getting tons of value out of the delaying, his team delaying that tribute.
Yeah, level 7, but Jin's going to get taken out in the meantime. But in the midst of that, they do hit level 7 before.
Ooh, what a clutch heal out of Rhaegar right there onto the Illidan. Illidan had maybe less than 100 life left, and the heal just barely saved his life. We see a rotation going towards mid, going for this Genji, and he's got to run away in a hurry. Nirvana just barely getting out in time.
Just hops away. Doesn't want to get caught out. He does have the material there to assist for peeling, but we do see the Rhaegar pushing out this bottom lane. Sniffs something coming out and is going. Oh, actually is going out a little far. Can they secure the kill onto the Rhaegar? It doesn't look like they are able to. That would have been a nice kill for Donkey's RS to set up for this next tribute phase.
Yeah,
But
we do see
a Nubrax fellow.
Yeah, he's already ready to go as we see a fight kind of trying to break out as Team No Sleep takes their night camp. They're just going to give this one up. Formahawk goes in on the Tyrael, wants to kill. Illidan following it up, and Genji comes in as well, gets the Li Ming with this quick strike, and another quick strike, and just beautiful play right there out of Nirvana on the Genji. Dashes in, gets the kill, dashes out, manages to save himself, and hurts back in time. It's just LZ Gainer versus a angry wolf guy and an even angrier elf.
Yeah, the dive is just working out flawlessly right now for Team No Sleep. That was a very heavy dive to secure that kill. They got the kill onto the Li Ming, and then the resets were real.
Yeah.
And the easy cleanup on Lucio to get the reset to be able to dash out once you got that kill.
And I love this. Falstad is immediately going towards.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Illidan is taking the hunt. It's one of those games.
Yes, it is one of those games. Hunt has actually been used a lot more than Metamorphosis here recently because of its pseudo-global properties. And it's great as an escape. It's great as an engage. And it has such a reduced cooldown thanks to that built-in cooldown reduction. And we see, this is a heads-up play from Donkeys R Us. They're going to go for the boss right now.
Do they have enough damage to really get this done? We do see if Falstad's in position to Gust, giving his team enough time to rotate up into this, and we'll see if they are going to be able to do this. The cocoon though, secure. Oh, really great play here by Donkeys R Us.
Falstad is not going to survive this. The Ancestral is not in time, but the Sanctification comes down, the Dragon Blade comes out, Soundberry on top of it on the sides of Donkeys R Us, and Jaehyun almost survived that one, and just that team fight went very, very wrong. They did not have enough to keep that Falstad alive just now. It was a good try, but it just didn't work out in the end.
Yeah, and with such a huge commitment to trying to interrupt this boss, they're now going to lose the fort in the bottom lane. They're going to lose this tribute as well, putting things up 2-2. They do have this this minion camp pushing the top lane, going to be able to secure some more XP for them. But I think, we are going to see another boss get picked up by Donkeys R Us. They're taking as much of an advantage as they can from the mistakes on the side of Team No Sleep.
Yeah, but here comes Team No Sleep. They're wanting to contest this.
Sanctification isn't up though. I don't think they can dive too hard on this. They are going to try though. Formahawk's taking quite a bit of damage. Oh, the stage dive does come in. They're able to secure one kill. Are they able to secure more?
Yeah, here we go. Hey, and on the back line, trying to get rid of this Li Ming. Is just somehow barely staying alive. But I don't know if they can do this. Nirvana's
They're trying
coming
to
in.
Yeah.
They get
Wow.
they get the boss steal. I don't know how they did it.
Oh man, I don't have words because I really didn't think they could get that, but they do get it. They get this tribute phase. They're going to be able to get a curse off of this,
Yeah,
and that's going to be huge for them because the boss has to be responded
And the
to
lanes
by
are-
Donkeys R Us.
Yeah, and the lanes are already pushed up on top of that. Like, and there's a huge wave on the bottom lane that Donkeys R Us are gonna have to respond to, like, right now.
Yeah, this pushes them to level 13 as well. The boss is still at about 20% life. They are going to clean it up, but I feel like they need to just rotate to where.
Oh, they're gonna
Team
go for
Ninja
they're
just-
gonna go for LZ Gamer right here. Oh, that Rhaegar getting up there real close, and God, that's such a huge wave. That's such a danger for that bottom lane.
Yeah, 1Q, and this lane is completely cleaned up because of that curse. And I do like that we're seeing a little bit of a split. They want to get as much value out of this as they can, and they can easily get these forts as they've gotten the middle fort, they've gotten the bottom fort, and now they have LZ Gamer on the ropes a little bit.
Yeah, he's taking an awful lot of damage, and a great decision to take the siege camp real quick. It's just denying Donkeys R Us that ability to take it for themselves, and they're 8 seconds left on this curse, and they've gotten so much value out of this curse.
Yeah, this has put them a full level up on Donkeys R Us. They have their pick of what they want to do on the map now. I imagine they're going to pick up their safe camps, their siege, and their bruiser right now. And it looks like Tyrael kind of getting into a bit of aggressive position, wanting to see if there's any rotations coming their way.
Yeah, this is a smart decision, but if I'm Team No Sleep, I play very carefully until you hit 16, because one bad team fight, and that's definitely a curse on the side of Donkeys R Us, and you don't.
Yeah, and you
obviously don't want
kinda-
that.
Yeah, because you're going to lose at least 2 forts in the midst of that. The top fort's already low on HP. The middle fort will be next to fall very quickly. And we'll see how this plays out, because we do potentially have an engagement in the middle. It's just a poke from the Greymane. No tank there on the side of Donkeys R Us to peel or anything.
I'd like to note this Illidan build. He doesn't go Immolation at 1-3. He goes Battered Assault, which I've heard has been getting a lot more play here recently. I always considered Immolation like the go-to for Illidan's, but now it seems that Battered Assault is slowly taking its place with that bonus damage going to 125% when you hit 2 heroes with it. And oh, Heian in a lot of trouble right now. Might have to hunt out onto a creep or something. Takes so much damage. He does end up going down. Sanctification is late, but here comes Genji with the sweeping strike. The stage guy from the ETC does come in, and now they're trying to turn this Rhaegar in a load of trouble. He's not going to be able to survive this. Down Barry does come out. The Gus just a little bit late as well, and this is what I was talking about. This was that absolutely bad situation that you did not want to be in if you were Team No Sleep. This is going to give them a
pause.
A pause. It's going to give us a pause.
Yeah, what they're doing in the midst of this is they're looking to rotate down to the boss. They're not even going to go for this tribute, which I find surprising. But I guess
I don't. They want to deny. They want to deny Team No Sleep that boss, because that that bottom keep is open. So by taking that boss, it's going to deny that potential for taking that.
And it looks
that
like we
bottom
should be
keep.
getting back in the game right now. Here we go.
Yep.
Pause. Coming in. We do actually see ETC rotating up on LZ Gamer.
I blow this up if I'm
Or this.
No Sleep. Nice holy ground to keep LZ Gamer out. They're going to prevent the boss. And there was a little bit of confusion on the side of Donkeys R Us. They slightly delayed on starting this boss. They're going to burn it down, no problem. But could have been a little bit quicker.
Yeah, we do see ETC hearthing out. I'm a little surprised by that. I guess, okay, it's to respond to the false head pushing in this top lane. Falstad sees ETC and promptly gets out of the way.
He does have the stage dive off cooldown in 6 seconds, so he can stage dive in if it's needed, but they are just shredding this boss at this point.
Yeah, they're able to really do some work on this boss, and the boss isn't even hardly going to touch the towers on the keep wall. They get the keep wall, but that's all that she wrote. And oh, do we see? Okay, Falstad just playing with fire there, trying to Hearth out, but moved against it. We do see him moving into the middle now. We're going to see an engagement, a 5v4 engagement. ETC going to need to stage dive if they would decide to push this, but going to back off of this.
Ooh, this is going to be a really big engagement right here. This has really big implications coming in. It will be a curse for Donkeys R Us, and it will be just more prevention hand going in on the Illidan onto that new rack just now. So we see Genji dash in. He's already starting the channel. We will see the gust, and here comes the stage dive. Does get the delay off, but LC Gamer in a horrible spot right now. Stage dive, or the Burrow Charge in from the new rack. The kick does go down. Dragon Blade is out, and Nirvana does end up going down. The Genji is now dead hand, also in a world of hurt. Doesn't really have any healing near him, and now this is just not going right for Team No Sleep just now. This Rhaegar,
yeah, they're gonna pick up the Rhaegar as well. They can pick up the curse here, and this is where it gets dangerous. It's late enough in the game that you're going to be getting this bottom keep guaranteed with this wave pushing, with this siege camp pushing. It's going to be scary. And, oh, Cheryl gets taken out in the midst of this. So I was watching bottom lane is Falstad's in a world of hurt as well. LZ Gamer should have another power slide coming up soon. Is going to back off, and they're just going to be content to get this keep in the bottom lane. And this is 4 down for Team No Sleep.
Yeah, this is a really tight situation. They're definitely losing this keep. They may be losing. Thankfully, they have both their forts in mid and top. Well, it was up on top, but I mean, this is a spot where they could turn this. They could heavily punish this.
This is a little bit of a dangerous situation for Donkeys R Us. They're fighting this keep. They're going to be able to get this keep, but they're locked in to that area. But they are going to engage now. And oh, the gust comes out to start the disengage. Level 20 now for Donkeys R Us. They have to break themselves out of the side here of the middle lane. And they are able to do that. They get another fort in the midst of this as well. They're just getting so much value off of this curse, so much XP in their favor as they do hit those storm talents and are 2 levels above.
Yeah, I mean, Team No Sleep was definitely keeping pace until those last few engagements, and Illidan has to be careful. Oh, they go in for the invade. Genji in a lot of trouble, and that's going to be the death of Genji and Illidan, and pretty much that's GG at this point.
Yeah, they were thinking about getting that top keep, but they're just completely ignoring it now and going on to the core. They do put the cocoon out to help them secure the damage on this. Oh, Falstad's in quite a bit of trouble. Core is down to 60%, and they're going to just continue focusing on the core, and that should be game number 2 in favor of Donkeys R Us.
All right, that was an incredible bounce back from Donkeys R Us right there. They really kept it together, that one. Just great. I loved the boss play at the bottom. It was all about denial. They only got the front wall off that boss play, but it could have been a lot worse. So we are gonna take another quick break, and we will be right back with game 3 between Donkeys R Us and Team No Sleep. This has been a hell of a series.
Yep, quite the series. We'll see you in a bit for game number 3, the decider.
Sorry, I couldn't just leave it off on the drop right there. You'll see what I'm talking about in 2 minutes. It was a hot drop.
Sick beats.
Sick beats. Thanks, Monster Cat. So, we're back for game 3. This has been a hell of a series. We're going to Dragonshire. And
Dragonshire can be a really chaotic map, and I'm excited to see how this plays out.
I'm hoping to see Garrosh again. I am just a fan of this right now, of the Garrosh being in the Nexus. He's such a, I don't want to say noob friendly, but it's really easy.
No,
to,
he is not noob friendly at all.
You don't think? Well, okay, we'll go with that. There was
I'm just basing it off of hot slogs, because there's such a disparity between hot slog win rate and like pro level win rate. I feel like.
Okay. Yeah,
but that might be more to do with he does significantly better in a coordinated group than solo queue kind of environment. I guess
it's the Medivh syndrome.
The Medivh syndrome, yeah. Medivh has like just an abysmal win rate on Hotlog, but like you look at his win rate in pro games and it's just scary. Hold on, you're. There we go. If Xerxes was about to play, and that would have been.
I would have tried my best, guys.
Imagine. Just imagining the fate of this series decided by you being put on a team. Oh man.
So a little joking around going on in the chat at the moment. So we are waiting for the teams to get ready here for game number 3, the decider match. Can Team No Sleep overcome the second place Donkeys Are Us?
Looks like both teams are ready to get into our draft for game number 3 on Dragonshire, deciding who moves on in the tournament. Let's take a look at that bracket real quick and see if we know who they will be facing just yet. No, we do not know. It's going to be the winner of Team Cynics and UNT Eagles.
I gotta do this manually.
What are you doing manually?
Where's my Brightwing? Is these alphabet my emo? There it is. I gotta get my emotes on, bro.
There you go. Do it. Do what you need to do. But yeah, we should be getting to game 3. What? Both games were kind of dominated by each team. The first game obviously dominated by Team No Sleep. Second game pretty well controlled by Donkeys R Us. What do these teams need to do to secure this series on Dragonshire?
Strong solo laner, heavy rotational four-man. So look for an Arthas, even a Chen, to come out to play here. But it's all about those rotations, and definitely globals play a huge part in this on this map. Like Dahaka is an absolute nightmare on this map. There's so many spots for him to pop out of during the shrines, but we'll see how these teams decide to go about the business.
Yeah, look for Dahaka to get banned out here pretty early on, I imagine.
A Genji ban would be really solid here too as well. There's a Dahaka.
Dahaka first banned? Not a huge surprise.
No, definitely not a huge surprise here. That shocks exactly nobody. Garrosh banned once again, not willing to give that up, and I bet I see an ETC pick here because it worked out last time.
Yeah, and stage dive on this map gives you that global presence that you're wanting, and
Called it.
there you go. Yeah, ETC, they're really prioritizing that, and that worked out for them last game. We'll see if it works out for them in the decider here on game number 3. 2 picks now. Are we going to see Genji Rhaegar once again to kind of start things off and really not give away too much of how your lineup is going to run?
We might. It's very possible. But I'm expecting their solo laner to come out here very soon. Oh, we see the Rhaegar. No surprise there. They love the Rhaegar.
Yeah, really prioritizing the Rhaegar, which I think is good and important. And now we're going to see they're really going down here. Johanna. Interesting choice. Gives you that really solid wave clear, but also on rotations, I think she does well. For the 4-man rotation, she's a good frontliner for starting that engagement. And I like it. I'm a little surprised at how high up she is getting picked on the side of Team No Sleep, but they have a plan, and I kind of like the way it's shaped up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting a stage dive, but I like the Johanna pick just in case he goes mosh pit.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, get that blessed shield in there, and we're gonna see Greymane Malfurion. Malfurion, this is the first game we've seen him all night. There hasn't been picked or been banned out completely, and wow, they're very quickly going to ban out the Chromie here, worried that was going to be their backline damage, and I think that's a pretty respectable ban in this situation.
no, it's a really smart ban, and we see this Donkeys R Us hovering the side of it was Abathur, but they end up banning the Cassia.
Cassia. Mm-hmm.
So they're definitely not wanting to deal with the nonsense Cassia can provide her team in terms of blinds and just incredible burst damage with the right setup, which Johanna would bring. We see the if I see a Tassadar, I'm gonna. No, we see.
Oh, that's wow. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking we would see an Ariel paired up with the Vol. As soon as that Vol lock came in, I was definitely expecting the Ariel. So we do see that double support coming out so far. Going to be hurting a little bit for damage. I think they are going to leave Johanna as the solo tank because she has all these escape tools. She has a really large health pool. She has really good just strength in terms of soaking up damage. And the only damage we've seen come out from Donkeys R Us is the Greymane currently. Unless we have a Moonfire Malfurion build coming out, which we'll see what they decide to go with. I think they're going to be going double warrior here and picking up another damage dealer. Maybe Li Ming once again.
Definitely potential for the Li Ming pick here, but I definitely think they're going to grab another support in this case. And Falstead and Kerrigan.
Wow. Okay, this is interesting because this is the first time in a while I feel like we've seen a non. Well, we saw it last game, I guess. Really was a solo warrior, solo support. But that didn't work out well for the side of Team No Sleep. But this is a lot of damage. This is a lot of global, especially if they do go stage dive on ETC. And we'll have to see what Team No Sleep decides to pick up in this fifth spot. I expect another damage dealer.
You have the Holy Trinity sitting right there, but that leaves you as I don't even know what to do here. How do you, if your Team No Sleep, like you kind of want to take the Tassadar here because he does provide a lot of benefit. But
Triple support.
But you lack so much damage in that case. They go the
Okay, I like this.
Barbarian Princess. And
I like this.
that.
It gives Johanna a little bit more room to tank up front. So not all that damage soaking is completely reliant on her in big team engagements. And I think this will dissuade Kerrigan a little bit from diving in so hard onto the backline with Sonya there to kind of blow her up. And provide that damage.
And this also gives them their strong solo laner for the top lane, who she'll probably get paired against either the Falstead or the Greymane. And I need to swap the teams. So
they swapped again on us.
It happens. So
it does happen.
A really interesting draft out of both teams. I am very surprised at the Kerrigan pick.
I'm surprised at the ETC pick by Team No Sleep. But on the left side, we do have trying to win this game number 3 to move on in this week's tournament. It is Donkeys R Us. We do have there we go. Jin playing Johanna, Soryasarian on Vala, LZ Gamer on the Sonya, Sliceblade playing Rhaegar, changing his role up a bit. Elhaim on the Ariel.
And looking for the upset tonight, we've got Team No Sleep, Han on the Kerrigan, Formal Hot on the ETC, Loyal X Knight on the Falstead, Ganisa on the Malfurion, and we just have a team fight already breaking out. Nirvana going in on that Greymane. Formal Hot in a lot of trouble on the ETC, and they get the worst of that trade. The stun does come out. Kerrigan landing that combo, and that's not how you want to start a map on Dragonshire.
Yeah, that's a rough start here on the side of Team No Sleep. We do see Vala going for that auto attack build. Going to be picking up Hot Pursuit at level 1. Oh, Hayun's in a huge amount of trouble. Gets the punishment, gets locked down, and that's going to be game over for Kerrigan.
Yep, going back to the spawning pool is Kerrigan, but Greymane already just trying to get that push out, and he may be in a bit of trouble. The Tainment Strike comes out, interrupting the disengage from the Greymane, and this is just, if your Donkeys R Us, this is how you want to start this map.
Activate the shrines, and the dragon's power is yours.
Wow, they're really going to be able to get these 2 shrines very early on. I'm surprised LZ Gamer is hesitating to go up on the shrine, but going to be challenging the Falstad. They are going to be able to secure both. No, they lose the bottom shrine in the midst of this as well, and we see now a rotation coming down. Oh, I thought ETC was rotating down, but he does rotate back up. Greymane now moving in as well.
Yeah.
Just past each other in the night.
Yeah, we see Rhaegar at that bottom. Take out that train halfway. Slice Blade in a lot of trouble. Rhaegar, the Iron Skin on the Johanna comes out to prevent the Kerrigan combo from getting the stun off. And now they're just going in. Kerrigan does go down. Nirvana trying to go in. Bullahot having to run away very quickly. A whole lot of damage coming out on the ECC. He starts to hurt back. Let's take a look at the top lane real quick as we see this 1v1 versus the Falstead and the Sonya. But now this is just going to be
This is going to be a dragon. Very quick dragon.
Yeah. And you just run mid, you try to get these towers down, and you keep going.
Yeah, and they have the early lead already, and they're really putting their foot down on this map. They want to move on. They want to continue their rise to the top in the second spot of HGC Open as far as standings go right now. And yeah, they're continuing to push this mid lane. They're going to be able to put pressure on this fort. I don't know if they're going to be able to secure a fort necessarily, but they are pressuring each lane so that they're going to have some sort of aggression ability in both lanes.
Yeah,
or all three lanes.
Well, this Dragon Knight is just pounding away at this mid keep. ETC doing his best to keep the minions out for now. So the Dragon Knight does eat more shots, but unable to do it forever.
Oh, what a combo onto Vala, and that's going to be the key to winning this game, is they're able to actually go on to the Ariel as well. And that was just a huge combo. The Kerrigan plus Greymane combo was just enough to eliminate Vala.
They're definitely trying to go.
And they save that mid keep or mid fort.
No, they don't. It's got to go down. There's no way they say, oh my god, that keep is going to stay up. And now Team No Sleep are back in this. I feel like this game is going to heavily hang on the reliability of the Kerrigan combos here.
Yeah, as we saw, if you can connect that Kerrigan combo, I mean, even double support isn't able to completely save Vala. It might be a different story at level 10 when we do get Aegis Crystal online as well as Ancestral. But I'm curious to see if they're wanting to blow both those ults on the Vala to keep her alive.
Yeah, we see Donkeys R Us just clearing out this mid camp. They definitely wanted to go for that combo on the Kerrigan right there, but they turn around, clean up their enemies' siege camps, and they rotate back towards the mid. Jin on the sad cloud right there. Having to
The sad cloud is so funny.
Angry cloud for life.
Yep, Shrine's going to be coming up once again for our teams to battle over, and now we see once again a rotation in this bottom lane, really dissuading Donkeys R Us from continuing to pressure.
Yeah, and you've got to be so careful of this Kerrigan. Oh, the drag doesn't work out the way she wanted it to. A little bit of trouble for the Kerrigan right now. Tamer Strike didn't land a stun. Jin goes in, trying to land another king down, but Bullahot having to just hit the well and not the trade you wanted right there.
While there were no kills there, I really liked what Donkeys R Us did. They completely split the team two that had to go rotate up the top side by that camp area and two in the middle, and this secures them a second Dragon Knight. All right, that fort's done for.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that? Now marching down to the bottom lane, going to be pushing there, but the fighting is starting in the middle as Rhaegar gets completely caught out. Aegis does come out online as the level 10 is now available. Oh, Falstad does get taken out in the top lane by the Sonya and ETC as well. Kerrigan's going to be next to drop.
This is just
3-0.
This is not how you wanted game 3 to go if your team No Sleep. They played so strong game 1, and it woke up. It woke Donkeys R Us up a major amount because they took that game 2, and now they just have not looked back at this point.
Yeah, they're completely dominating this game 3 so far. They're level 12. Heroic still not online for Team No Sleep, and they're yeah, they got Jin out of the Dragonite, but there's no way they get Jin out of this. They had to use the Iron Skin, they had to use the Blessed Shield as well, but that's only a 60-second cooldown.
Yeah, and great presence of mind from Team Donkeys Are Us to take that aggressive Night Camp top, and they're looking to invade. They're up a talent tier. This is pretty catastrophic if you're Team No Sleep right now. You don't want to be fighting this. Omaha has to power slide out. Gus does come out, and Kerrigan just doesn't care at this point. She's going to go back in. Almost lands the combo. Misses the death. The Twilight Dream from the Malfurion comes out. Only lands on one, and thank God for creeps, because that Poison Spear would have led to a kill right there.
Yeah, that was a defensive Twilight Dream if I've ever seen it, and it did secure them getting out. They did lose the camp to Donkeys R Us, but here they've tried to re-engage again. Jin is in a lot of trouble, but able to walk away with the Iron Skin.
Yeah, they definitely got to be careful around those Kerrigan combos, because that bonus damage that Kerrigan is getting off that level 1 talent, it does add up, and it can lead to a surprising amount of pain on your enemies.
Yeah, and I'm really intrigued by some of these heroic choices on the side of Team No Sleep. We do see Cursed Bullet from the Greymane, as well as Stage Dive. Good choice when you're going up against Blessed Shield, though, so I completely understand that. But the Cursed Bullet tells me they're wanting to try to blow up Johanna as much as possible if they can. They kind of had an isolation on Johanna in the middle there, but decided against really pressing the issue too hard. They are down 3 levels still, and this advantage is just growing ever so quickly for Donkeys R Us.
Yeah, this is really Donkeys R Us game to lose at this point. They do grab that bottom shrine for themselves, but Falstad wants no part of LZ Gamer in that top lane, knowing that Sonya could probably blow him up in a matter of minutes. So we do see the combo come out. Nice cleanse onto the Valor right there. She's getting so much value. The Falstad does fly bottom. Jin is in there, and Kerrigan does go down. Gus comes out, but Rhaegar, bark, baby, goes
Battle
in,
Rhaegar
gets the kill. Malfurion gets taken out by the Sonya as well. And Rhaegar
they're going to get at least another. They're going to get 4 kills out of this, and another Dragonite.
And really go down mid.
Yeah, this is a tough situation for Team No Sleep to come back from. They're going to lose this bottom keep. They're going to have pressure on their core. They got a lot of damage on Davala, but this double support is able to just bring her back up to full life basically immediately.
Yeah, this is just a really, really hard to fight into, because you see Allium right there. She's already back up to full hope, and that's just an awful lot of healing on the side of Donkeys R Us.
They're up 4 levels. They're up 2 talents. They're looking to end this here and now, and they could easily do that. Look at the amount of damage that comes out. The gust does come out, but it just pushes them just a little bit to the side as the core damage is being applied now, down to 40%, 30%, 20%. That is going to be game over 3 in the series in the favor of Donkeys R Us.
Yeah, definitely. We see the GGs come out from both teams. Slice Blade right there, definitely giving some congratulations to Team No Sleep. If I could have you move over just a little bit. I like half face Jimmy. There we go. At least there's a little bit more on your face right now.
There we go.
So yeah, that was a classic right there.
Yeah, that was really showing how you win on Dragonshire, and they really controlled that from start to finish. Right from the beginning, they got a pick off early on the ETC, and just it was so hard for them to come back into that game. And I like the idea of the Kerrigan Greymane combo. We saw it work once on the Vala, but that was really it for them.
Yeah, it really was. following. Talking to the admin real quick. Following.
Donkeys are us.
So that was a hell of a series.
Mhm.
That was fun. Like you don't like the team No Sleep just came out swinging right there, and it woke Donkeys R Us up like that. You don't expect a game like that. Game 2, you know, your first game of the night. You don't expect that, and just even game 2 was kind of dicey there for a while for Donkeys R Us. And they showed that there's a reason why they're the number 2 in the standings. They're only just a few points behind Heroes Hearth right now. And we're going to try to keep following these guys tonight because it seems like the fun thing to do.
Yeah, and that will be the final series of the night.
No, we got.
But
are you not? You want to do one more?
No, they usually end at the top 4.
I don't think we're at top 4 yet.
Well, no, I'm talking about the next series. Will be our last series.
Oh, right. Okay, I should learn to listen. That would be helpful.
Oh, it's okay. It looks like we are waiting for this other series, UNT versus SNX. Looks like UNT's first series went to game number 3, so we might be waiting a little bit for this series to finish up. But on the other side of the bracket, we do have Heroes Hearth up against Reprot. Heroes Hearth just continuing to win. Not a huge surprise.
Yeah, I'd mentioned it earlier in the night. I don't think Heroes Hearth has lost a single game in the age since they formed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at this 8-0 in August, all time 17-0. That's filthy. That's a filthy record for the HGC Open. Like I said, I don't even call them an amateur team because they're not amateurs. There's not a single person on that team that's an amateur. So we're gonna take a quick break. Well, not a quick break. This might be a few minutes as we're waiting for the next series to start. And we've got the okay to continue following Donkeys R Us. So sit back, grab a age-appropriate beverage, and enjoy some music, guys. We will be back shortly.